the autumn.
And our witch hazels, they're in a really good spot here. They've got that nice open aspect, get a little bit of sun. But you can also grow witch hazels, particularly when they're fairly young, in a large container. Now I've filled it with a loam-based compost, and I've mixed into that some grit, so it's got a bit of drainage, but also some more leaf mould, so that again you keep that moisture in. And I've chosen one of my favourite witch hazels, Hamamelis yellena. It's quite a vigorous one. It's going to get to it's sort of a wide, almost vase-shaped shrub. It can be almost 1.5 meters, so this is a fairly temporary planting. I would put it in here and keep it there for maybe 3-4 years tops, and then plant it out into the garden. And once it's in the garden, make sure that you're not disturbing the roots, because it's fairly shallowly rooted and it doesn't like too much disturbance in there. Now it's got two really main seasons of interest. You get the autumn colour, and you can see the leaves, they're just beginning to turn now. And then of course you get the flowers, which are going to appear through the winter and into very early spring. And they're actually here, you can just see them in the leaf axils developing already, so there's all that promise of good things to come. And then what I'm planning to do with a container is to give it a sort of woodland theme, using this as the centrepiece. I'm going to start with a Cotoneaster. It's Cotoneaster horizontalis, which really tells you about how it grows. And you get little spring flowers, which is sort of whitish pink. A real favourite with bees, this one. And wonderful autumn berries, of course. Another lovely shrub, this time it's a honeysuckle. And this one is called Hummy Baby. Gorgeous name for a gorgeous plant. It took some 10 years or so to develop, and the aim was to get a nice compact variety. This one sort of never gets much beyond 1 metre, and even then it's best if you cut it back quite hard each year. Get lots of these lovely fragrant flowers, and the little red berries there as well. I want something that's going to soften the edge of the pot. I could use ivy, but I'm going to use what is actually another shrub. This one's Dinca minor, periwinkle. It's got a variegated leaf, which is evergreen, so there'll be year-round interest from that. And then you get small mauve flowers, and it flowers just for ages. Remember, it's really important that you feed the compost in around every root ball, all those gaps. You don't want any air pockets, you want the roots to really get into contact with the compost. I'm going to add just another layer of interest, and that's with bulbs. And I've chosen a narcissus. This one is called Soleil d'Or, Golden Sun. And they are golden with a sort of orange centre, and the scent is absolutely breathtaking.
Now back to my expensive box plants. If you remember, that costs $5.25 and I need 70. What you're paying for is time. That's probably about 4 or 5 years old. These plants here are £1.99. Yet I'd plant them at the same spacing, so I only need 70 to create exactly the same hedge, and probably only a year later. So at a stroke, I save myself over £200 just by getting slightly smaller plants. I'm planting these at 9-inch spacing and just loosening this soil, which is a bit heavy. I'm putting in a handful of 2 of coarse grit, because box does like a nice free root run, although it will grow almost anywhere. I'm not putting it right up to the edge of the lawn, because when it fully grows it'll overhang the lawn, so I'm leaving about 4 inches from the edge. So I've saved over £200, but it's still going to cost about £140 to edge this, and I could do it for free if I took cuttings, because cuttings take terribly easily. And all you've got to look for when taking a box cutting is a nice strong growth, and if you just peel off the lower leaves, And that would make a really nice cutting. All cuttings take better with good drainage, so I'm mixing the peat-free compost with the same volume of sharp sand and putting 3 cuttings per pot. And then the pots want to be put somewhere out of the wind. A cold frame is ideal, or tucked away in a cosy corner. More supplies. We do need... Well, they're nice plants, aren't they?
They are good. I'm just getting that hint of bronze, aren't they, from a bit of winter chill.
Yeah, at least they haven't got the horrible sign of box blight.
Yeah. Once you open a plant up and it's got that black heart to it, it's just completely hollow. You do worry about, what do you do with them? Do you just rip them up, or is there anything you can do?
So, I mean, if you do see it, the answer seems to be just feed it, you know, and get air to it. The worst case is cut it to the ground. The same old story, a healthy plant will both resist infection and also fight it if it gets it. And the other thing is take cuttings. If you're in doubt, take your own cuttings from a healthy plant.
If you've got clean stock. Well, there's one thing, you won't need to put any water in there, because it's the wettest bit of the garden.
It is the wettest ground in the whole of Berry Fields. Right, well, while I'm finishing this, here's a list of jobs that you can get on with this weekend.
A cold frame is a valuable piece of gardening equipment, and if you look around now, you're guaranteed of getting some special deals. It'll help you overwinter those tender exotics that you're lifting out of the borders before the winter frosts.
If you want to get ahead, then now's a good time to sow your sweet peas. Autumn sowings have a chance to get their roots down and establish strong plants that can go out into the garden in spring. I like to use these plastic cells that encourage the roots to grow straight down. Sow 1 or 2 into each cell and then pop it into your new cold frame over the winter.
Now's the time to plant your garlic. Choose nice big juicy cloves, put them pointed end up and plant them at least an inch below the ground. 9-inch spacing seems to work best. You can also grow garlic in pots. Put 1 big clove per 5 or 6-inch pot in good compost and pop it somewhere outside so it will keep cool all winter. Now, we've got to make a decision, you know.
Right.
If this becomes a dedicated garden, which I think it should,
Yeah.
this little garden, what do we do with it? Any ideas?
Well, I think something modern, quite colourful and very child-friendly, so a real sort of family space.
I'd go exactly the opposite direction.
You would?
Because I'd use the tree. Very dark, very sculptural, dark building. Go for something a little bit more sinister. So dripping with humidity, ferns, bamboos, enclose the space.
So we've got modern, child-friendly, or dripping and sinister.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be either of those things, because we'd like you to decide. If we call this a viewer's garden, and whatever you request us to do, we will make next year. We can strip it up, it becomes a blank canvas, and it'll be your garden. And let us know by writing to us at The Viewer's Garden, BBC, Gardener's World, the mailbox, Birmingham B11RF, or you can email to theviewersgarden@bbc.co.uk. And we'll be back next week when we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes.
Now, which bit will drip most?
That.
Well,
That will drip there.
Yeah, lovely.
It'll be a misty, foggy start on Saturday morning for central and eastern England, and where there isn't fog, there may even be a touch of frost. But the general trend for the weekend is wet, and we'll all see some rain, although North Wales and parts of the Midlands will be essentially dry. Temperatures around 12 to 14, and another damp day on Sunday, although in the northwest it should stay dry and even have some sunny spells. But make the most of what you've got, because there's cold weather on the way.